So, there's this magical island called Lightlark. Real postcard stuff, except tiny detail, it's been cursed for the last 500 years. Each of the 6 realms that make up the island is stuck with a nasty, magical curse. Wildlings have to eat human hearts and are forbidden from falling in love, which is already enough to cancel Valentine's Day permanently. Every 100 years, the rulers of these cursed realms gather for an event called the Centennial. It's like the Hunger Games met The Bachelor, but make it magical, cutthroat, and with more glitter. One ruler has to die, and in return, the rest might get their curses lifted. Might being the key word here. Enter Isla Crown. She's 19, beautiful, because duh, and the ruler of the wildlings. Her people are counting on her to win the Centennial and free them from a life of romance-related murder and cannibalism. No pressure. Except, plot twist, Isla has absolutely no powers. Zero. Nada. Which is a big problem when you're about to compete in a magical death tournament with 5 other rulers who can basically shoot lightning or freeze wine into murder sharks. To survive, Isla's got a plan, lie through her teeth, fake it till she makes it, and not die. Oh, and also secretly work with Celeste, the ruler of Starling, who's her only friend and just as desperate to break her own curse. So off Isla goes to Lightlark, armed with good hair, bad secrets, and a very questionable survival strategy. Let the magical mayhem begin. Isla arrives at Lightlark like she's stepping into a fantasy brochure. Sparkling seas, floating shards of land, dramatic skies. You'd almost forget this place is cursed to hell and back. The first person she meets? Grim. He's tall, dark, suspiciously flirty, and gives off serious, I definitely have a tragic backstory energy. He's also the ruler of Nightshade, the realm of darkness, shadows, and probably really good eyeliner. Isla is both repelled and weirdly intrigued. Classic. Then the rest of the gang arrives. Azul, ruler of Skyling, is sunshine in human form and instantly gets a friendship ring from Isla. Cleo, the Moonling Queen, shows up acting like she owns the runway and smells something bad, which might just be her attitude. Spoiler, Isla hates her on sight. This will be a theme. Next up, Celeste, the ruler of Starling and Isla's secret bestie. They've been friends for years, but nobody else knows that because it's illegal to be chill on Lightlark apparently. They've got a deal to find the bond breaker. A magical doodad might break the curses if it doesn't kill them first. Minor detail. Then there's Oro, king of Lightlark and ruler of the Sunlings. He's got all the personality of a brick wall and just as much warmth. Ironic, since his whole brand is light and heat. He has 4 powers, a massive ego, and trust issues the size of the island. Isla is not a fan. When they get to the castle, all the rulers go to their rooms like it's the world's deadliest hotel. Isla meets her maid Ella, who's sweet and limping, foreshadowing alert, and then reunites with Celeste. Secret handshakes and plotting commence. And just like that, the game is officially on. Now that all the rulers have checked into Murder Hotel, Lightlark Edition, it's time to start the actual Centennial. The first rule, no killing each other until day 50. After that, all bets are off. Cozy, right? Oh, and rulers will be paired up on day 25, like a magical dating app, but with more potential stabbing. Everyone also has to show off their powers in dramatic Hunger Games style demonstrations, just to keep things spicy. There's one small problem. Isla has no powers, which is inconvenient considering she's about to be in a talent show judged by ancient magical dictators. So what does our girl do? She fakes it like an Oscar-winning scammer. In the first demonstration, a duel, Isla goes up against Grim, Mr. Mysterious himself. She actually beats him, which immediately raises eyebrows. Oops, she's not supposed to look impressive. Then she faces Oro, the Sun King, and lets him win at the last second. It's a classic lose on purpose to avoid attention move, and he doesn't buy it for a second. Meanwhile, Celeste is like, hey, remember our secret alliance? Please stop being good at things or we'll both die. Fair point. Also, because Lightlark loves making everything weirder, Dinner becomes an actual nightmare when Isla is forced to eat a raw human heart in front of the other rulers. Oro basically dares her, and she chokes down a bite before Grimm swoops in and saves her with his best bad boy with a soft side move. Later, Isla throws up blood in her room. Casual. So far, she's survived a duel, a fake power demo, and cannibal appetizers. We're only a few days in, and it's already chaos. After almost dying of magical heart sushi, Isla decides it's time to focus on something more relaxing, like breaking ancient curses and avoiding assassination. She and Celeste are still on their mission to find the Bondbreaker, a magical needle that can break curses but comes with a may cause excessive bleeding and doom label. Cute. They'll need to sneak into libraries on each realm's island. Problem is, most of these spots are warded against outsiders. Solution? Steal enchanted gloves that let them bypass magical locks like fantasy cat burglars. Isla sneaks into the marketplace to get realm-colored disguises, basically magical cosplay, and fails to find gold, the sunling color. This will come back to haunt her, naturally. Meanwhile, she keeps running into Grimm, who pops up like a sexy jump scare. He flirts, she rolls her eyes, and they have deep, broody conversations that scream these two are definitely going to kiss later. Then comes Isla's turn to host her own centennial demonstration. Instead of doing magic, which she can't, she burns the skin off her own arm in front of a crowd and then heals it with a wildling elixir. Show-stopping, horrifying, kinda genius. The crowd goes wild. So does Grimm, who's now fully in smolder mode. Isla and Oro start spending more time together too. Surprise! They get paired up early. Oro wants her help to find the heart of Lightlark, a magical life source that blooms in a new spot every 100 years. He thinks her wildling nature can lead them to it. She agrees, but secretly plans to use the opportunity to sneak into his sunling library. Because loyalty is great, but secrets are better. Between magical scavenger hunts with Oro and emotionally confusing moments with Grimm, Isla's basically stuck in a fantasy love triangle with two dangerous men who keep saving her life and emotionally destabilizing her. Celeste tells her to stay focused. Easier said than done when one guy might be the key to the island's survival and the other might be your cursed soulmate. Just your average fantasy love triangle. So Isla and Oro are now officially partnered up for this whole death game situation. And by partner, we mean they're going on long, dangerous nature walks where magical plants try to murder them every 10 minutes. It's romantic in a survivalist trauma bonding kind of way. They search through forests, climb cliffs, fall into magical caves, and deal with exploding plants. Oro keeps being all grumpy and noble, while Isla pretends she totally knows what she's doing. Her plan is to help him find the heart of Lightlark, while also secretly hunting for the Bondbreaker with Celeste. Double agent queen energy. But things get weird. Oro starts opening up. He even saves her from a killer rose bush that injects her with thorn needles. Super painful, super bonding. He also reveals something big. He's dying. Yeah. Turns out the King of Sunlight is running out of juice, and Lightlark's survival depends on him staying alive. No pressure. Isla keeps bouncing between boys and secrets. She finally finds a clue that the Bondbreaker might be on Sun Isle, but to get in, she needs gold clothes, which she still doesn't have. It's like a magical dress code with life or death consequences. Then things really go off the rails. Oro, the guy she's just starting to trust, throws her under the magical bus. In front of all the other rulers, he outs her secret. Isla has no powers. Cue gasps, chaos, and someone probably fainting dramatically. Now everyone knows Isla's been faking it. Her life is in serious danger, and the only one she can turn to is Grimm. Naturally, he shows up just in time like a hot goth Batman. He takes her to Wild Isle, the abandoned home of the wildlings, and gives her a press this and I'll come rescue you magical trinket. Honestly, best gift she's gotten all week. Isla's shaken. Oro betrayed her. Celeste is her only ally. Grimm is complicated. And she still hasn't found the cursed magical sewing needle that's supposed to fix everything. She's bruised, hunted, and rapidly running out of options. The island is falling apart. So is she. Isla's had a rough week, public humiliation, magical plant stabbings, and emotional whiplash from two hot guys who couldn't express a feeling if their lives depended on it. But just when she thinks things can't get more dramatic, Grimm hits her with a romantic truth bomb. They were in love, like full-on, year-long, swoon-heavy, secret relationship love. And then he erased her memory to protect her. Grimm, buddy, that's not noble. That's emotional gaslighting wrapped in a brooding smirk. Isla's understandably reeling. She can't even remember the relationship, but her body apparently does, because she's been feeling all kinds of confusing things every time Grimm is near. Now it makes sense, kind of, sort of. Not really, but guess what? There's still a magical island to save. Despite everything, Isla continues working with Oro, yes, the golden boy who outed her as powerless, because if she doesn't, everyone might die. So that's fun. Together, they finally track down the legendary Heart of Lightlark, a magical energy source that's basically the island's beating heart. But right when she finds it, bam, Isla gets hit with an arrow, because Lightlark just can't let her have a moment. She starts bleeding out, but plot twist, the heart heals her on the spot. Apparently, she's got a serious magical bond with the island. She's not powerless after all, just cursed, confused, and in way over her head. Feeling half alive, half who even am I, Isla rushes back to Celeste with the good news. They're so close to using the bond breaker and ending the curses once and for all. Hope is on the horizon, but so is the worst betrayal yet. Celeste isn't who she says she is. Not even close. So Isla heads off with Celeste, ready to save the world, thinking, finally, something might go right. That's adorable of her. The plan is simple. Use the bond breaker, destroy the curses, go home a hero. But Lightlark doesn't do simple. And Celeste? Yeah, she's not Celeste. Plot twist incoming. Celeste dramatically rips off the mask, metaphorically, but you can picture it, and reveals she's actually Aurora, the original Starling ruler who created the curses 500 years ago. Best friend? More like centuries-old evil mastermind in disguise. And then Aurora uses the bond breaker on Isla. Yep. Instead of breaking the curses, she steals Isla's powers. Turns out Isla's had powers this whole time, hidden from her by her oh-so-loving guardians. Surprise! She's been a magical battery in denial. Aurora, now hopped up on stolen wildling power, declares her plan to take control of all Lightlark and become queen of everything. Honestly, girl's been playing the long game like a chess grandmaster with vengeance issues. But Isla, she's done playing victim. She fights back, no strategy, no backup, just raw instinct, heartbreak, and untapped power. The battle is intense. Magic blasts, dramatic scenery, probably some screaming. It's the kind of showdown where friendship dies, dresses get ruined, and someone's definitely bleeding from the cheek in slow motion. And then Isla wins. She kills Aurora, powers reclaimed, justice served. Lightlark officially uncursed. But don't bring out the cake just yet. The victory feels hollow. Isla's been lied to, manipulated, betrayed, and emotionally whipped by everyone she trusted. She won the game, but at what cost? So the curses are broken, the centennial is over, the island breathes again. Isla, she's got her powers, her freedom, and just a tiny mountain of emotional damage. Everyone who ever lied to her is either dead or blocked emotionally, and she's got Oro, the only one who didn't completely ruin her trust. Okay, after that one time. They're in love, probably. Hopefully, let's call it a magical situationship with feelings. As for Grimm, he leaves a message saying he'll be back, because of course he does. Lightlark is saved for now.